so dudes are blue. No, yes? Dudes are blue, so yeah, this is Victorian's. Saturdays, there we go. Fuck me if I can think of this quickly. Victoria Futures 2. And this is Victoria's second game. Victoria. And we'll be playing again later today against Vancouver. Okay, jam timer's getting ready, getting the gear going.
I'm gonna steal this and bring it back.
Good luck. Welcome to everybody back home in Calgary, of course, tuning in, and most likely all the way down south doing the same thing. This is a hybrid feed, so house call equals web call at the same time. So if you have issues with noise, you know me. If you do, drop me a line on Facebook, give me a message, let me know how the sound's going. We can improve things. On the track first, looks like Rice Ball, the number 403 gets started for the Glenmore Reservoir. And Mosh Pit no Jutsu is out there first for Victorian. Once we get things going and everything smooths out, we'll take the time to go through the rosters real quick for everybody so you know who you're looking at on the track. Of course, Rice Ball got out and got the lead. Mojutsu didn't, but they were both out at the same time, so Rice Ball calls it off as 0-0 jam. Okay, up first is black. Is the Glenmore Reservoir Dogs. Number 00, Dodger Balls. Number 256, Morrison. Number 29, Taz. Number 30, Graffiti PD. 338, Fluster Club. 403, Rice Ball. 42, Sparky Levine. 52, Dev No. 73, Man Pipers. 79, Van Awesome. 84, Justice Fast Crash. 93, Dougie Gilmore. And 98, Show Me Your Hits. And to the track, Victorian out of the pack first with lead.
The jammer is completed position now. It's going to be 4 points for Victorian. Makes the score now 4-0 for now.
Is it for an on-off? I don't feel one.
And for Victorian's roster, we've got 05, Lucky Phil, 117, Faster Chief, 1212, Mosh Pit, No Jutsu, 22, Princess Twinkle Toes, number 3, Lulu, number 39, JS, number 4, Gohan, number 51, Pretty Skate Machine, number 511, Serial Killer, number 671, Coop Deluxe, number 7, Wolf Brother, number 75, Justin Credible, number 82, McFly, and number 99, Mad Ricky.
Okay, to the track, looks like Victorian finally out of the pack will pick up lead. That is number 117, Faster Chief, and at the back, Dodger Balls 00 for Glenmore is having a tough time getting through, gets knocked out and recycled. Faster Chief pops to the pack, will put points up on the board. 5 up. Faster Chief going up against Graffiti PD. Deeks left and then Deeks right past him. Graffiti out there on his own. 3 dogs in the penalty box. They're now coming out to join and help things. Faster Chief lets his right foot slide, has to go out and see his position, but then he gets past Graffiti PD once again and out of the pack for points. Star pass by the dogs. Morrison with the star in his hand now as he slips it on. And Faster Chief is not going to allow points to be scored on that pass.
Just like take a moment to tell you that Girl on the Track wants to keep girls in the game by supporting junior roller derby programs. Visit their table in the vendor area to learn about how you can be part of the moment or online at girlsontrackfoundation.org.
Okay, Mosh Pit no Jutsu out there, Sparky Levine. Penalty box now empty. Nojutsu trying to pop Sparky Levine out and get him recycled. That doesn't work for his advantage. Taz sees that coming, knocks him out, and Nojutsu ends up out, but goes along the inside line, picks up lead. Sparky having a rough time against the Victorian blockers. Meanwhile, the Jutsu coming around for a scoring pass. Sparky twinkling his toes everywhere, but not able to get past number 3, Lulu, who puts up a hard wall and picks up a penalty at the same time for a forearm on that wall. Sparky out of the back, finally in for a scoring pass. Nijutsu gets knocked to the outside, and he stalls to call it, and calls just a little late, giving Sparky Levine 2 points up on the board. 3, 1 in the box.
He's going to make the score with 25 minutes left in the half. 26 for Victorian Vanguard, 3 for Chinook City.
I'm gonna let you do purple. I'll let you do play-by-play, and I'll do color and read shit.
Do play-by-play?
You know the names better than me. You're gonna do a better job. Yeah. You're gonna do a better job than me. So you seriously. You know the blockers' names. You're better.
Okay, Lucky Phil out on the track going up against the Rice Ball. Rice Ball 403, of course, one of the more experienced players on the team, I would say. I won't say old, because he'll beat me up. But he is out of the pack first, and we'll pick up the lead. First lead now for Glenmore. No, correction, second lead for Glenmore. I believe he got the lead last time. He gets knocked to the inside, tries to stay up on 1 foot, falls in bounds, gets recycled. Meanwhile, at the front, Lucky Phil pushing hard up against the blocking line of Kaz, Dougie Drillmore, and Dev Null. Dev Null being forced to the penalty box on a call. I didn't quite catch it. And Rice Ball makes his way out of the back. Lulu tried to stop him, was unable to, and lost his footing. Look at that, we've got a star pass going. With a no pass, no penalty, JS is going to take the star for Victorian as he makes his way out. Rice Ball peels around and calls off the jam, putting 4 points up, locking Victorian down to 0. 9 points for Rice Ball on that last jam.
Only one skater in the penalty box right now. That is Dev Null, who went on a multiplayer block in the last jam. Lining up for Victorian, that is Mosh Pit no Jutsu. And for Chinook, that is Fluster Club.
Okay, to the track, the Jutsu pushing in hard, but getting up against that Glenmore blocking wall. Fluster hit to the inside, is going to make his way back around and recycle. The Jutsu loves that inside line, sees it, gets through. Of course, he does not have lead. And Fluster Club's not going to let him get a chance at all to put points on, calls off the jam. Penalties pretty light so far this morning. It's early. We don't have that much energy yet for penalties.
I'd like to take a moment to tell you that the S1 Lifer helmet is the best fit plus best protection equals made for roller derby. Get a lifer, be a lifer.
Sounds good. I'm in.
I like to keep my brain in one piece.
I've got 2 S1 helmets, so yep, I agree. Dodger Ball's on the track, Lucky Phil. 0-5, Lucky going to the left side, Dodger going to the right. Looks at the hole on the left, but then gets easily taken out by Lulu. Number 3, once again, a very keen blocker on this Victorian team. Dougie Drillmore's going to try to help his partner out there, not getting much out of the momentum that he's got there. Falls down to the ground as JS lets him fly by. Meanwhile, at the front, Morrison and his blocking crew are locking down Lucky Phil. Lucky Phil leaning in hard, but not able to get any momentum going. Now he's doing a little bit of juking left and right and sees the inside. Finally, steps over Van Awesome, number 789, in his third MRDA game. This is his first weekend of skating, and Dodger out of the pack finally. Lucky Phil going to come back around, goes for that challenge on the triangle, and then sees the outside. As Piper knocks him out, he calls off the jam. Dodger putting 0 points up on that pass.
It's going to make the score now 30 for Victoria, 12 for Chinook City. We've got 21 minutes left in the game. On the jammer line right now, that's number 42, Sparky Levine for the Reservoir Dogs. And number 117, Faster Chief for Victorian Men's Roller Derby.
And Sparky focusing and getting ready to shoot off the line as soon as the whistle goes, and that's exactly what he does. He cuts through the pack, but Faster Chief around the outside swings off of one of his own players and will get lead for Victorian. And he goes again to the outside. Razor's going to lock that down with Taz. No comment. And then Faster Chief out of the pack. Sparky gets knocked down by Just Incredible, number 75. And is forced to recycle. Faster Chief again, knocked to the inside by Graffiti Petey. Justice Bassicrash trying to help out Labine as he pushes into the back. And he's got 4 Victorian blockers swarming all over him. Justice able to take one off at a time. And it looks like Graffiti Petey is going to head to the penalty box for a multiplayer block. Faster Chief knocked to the inside by Taz. Taz one-on-oneing with Chief, and Labine heading to the penalty box will give Faster Chief the power jam. And a call-off being yelled at from the bench of the Victorian team, and that's exactly what Faster Chief does, calls off the jam.
That was a 10-point jam for Faster Chief. There's now 2 Chinook City skaters and the jammer sitting in the penalty box.
Ouch. But that's okay, you got Morrison and Taz, 2 incredible skaters out on the track, ready for Mosh Pit no Jutsu. As the Victorian team closes in on them, they're not going to have anywhere to go, and that's exactly what happens. They end up splitting against that 4-wall. And a penalty goes to Taz. As 2 of the skaters step up. She goes right into the board. Right into the box, rather. And now we've got Morrison and Bassicrash waiting. And Morrison knocking out the Jutsu. Graffiti Petey back on the track. Labine back on the track. The Jutsu, that inside line, he has the number for that. He is in there and gets through there repeatedly. Meanwhile, up front, Sparky gets tripped up by number 4, Gohan, and gets through because of the penalty situation. He doesn't have to recycle after that. The Jutsu up front, 4 points, looks back at his bench and calls off the jam.
Wicked Skatewear is skater owned and operated. Those maniacs around have been around since 2007, and you can visit them here over in the Vendor Village by track number 1 if you'd like to.
And if you're at home listening, of course, wickedskatewear.com if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that. Use the Google machine.
Yeah, just Google it. You'll find it.
To the track, Lucky Phil and Rice Ball 403. Phil goes to the outside. Piper unable to catch him. The Dogs are going to move to offense there and help him out as Phil makes his way around on this initial scoring pass. Rice Ball to the outside, gets low and gets through. Phil making his way back in. Drillmore popping him to the inside, but then himself getting popped to the inside. And calling off the jam. Something went up volume-wise because I'm getting a feedback. Something. There's a breeze. Somebody opened the door. There's a breeze coming through all of a sudden. All the paperwork just flew across the desk.
Just a little crazy.
Okay, score right now, 57, Victorian Vanguard, 12, Glenmore Reservoir Dogs. 16 and a half minutes left in this first half. Fluster Club 338 is out there going up against the Jutsu once again. Mosh Pit no Jutsu. And Fluster out of the pack first will pick up lead for the Dogs. The Jutsu not having any success against Taz, getting up to the inside. Fluster goes around the outside as Victorian now is concentrating more on offense than defense because their jammer is locked down and not having any success.
Twice now, Fluster Club was able to just break through the Victorian tripod. Gonna take a third go at it.
And all kinds of offense from the dogs to help him get through. He's now down to Lulu, number 3, as the dogs reform at the back. That's Razor, Taz, and Morrison that are not going to let that jammer through, I guarantee you. They're going to do their best. And Fluster takes advantage of that while everything's confused and Victorian's looking for some offense. He pops right through and puts points up on the board. This is exactly what the dogs needed. And show me your hits, number 98. You can see him there coordinating with Flustercluck, yelling go, and show me, with all his weight, which isn't very much, pushing into the pack and helping him get through. And no penalty issued on that, thank goodness. That was one of those ones where everybody was falling and everybody got out safe and no penalties.
That was a 20-point jam.
There we go. Welcome back, dogs.
For Chinook City, so that's going to make the score 57, Victorian Vanguard 32, Chinook City. And it seems that the dogs really had figured out how to break up the Victorian defense in that jam.
That was a quite flip-floppy jam from what we've seen so far, and that was great work by the dogs. Dogs now, of course, taking advantage of that momentum to knock Faster Chief out and recycle him. Levine looking again on the inside line, but the Victorian blockers read that one. Meanwhile, Faster Chief knocked out once again by Def Null and his blocking line. And once again, meanwhile, we've got Piper and Taz up at the front going to assist Levine through the pack, but he gets knocked out and pulled back in for another attempt. Faster Chief not having any luck at the back with that 3-wall of dogs. Levine to the front, pushes the pack to its limits, gets the no pack and pops out. Will have lead for the dogs. Now going to the penalty box for a low block as the jammer fell over him. That's Faster Chief still with the star. He's removed it off his helmet, hoping to pass it possibly, or just using that technique of pretending to pass it, which we see commonly in Derby these days. But no, he keeps it on, gets through, he's on his... I see a penalty being issued. No, it's a cut to Dodger balls, not to Faster Chief.
That's what I was talking about.
Gotcha. And Faster Chief attempts an apex jump. Looks like Piper, all by his lonesome self, knocked the blocker into his own jammer. And kept Faster Chief from getting anywhere. Meanwhile, Def Null back on the track from the penalty box. Spins around and recollects with the rest of the dogs. Levine in the penalty box. And the jam comes to an end. Victorian Vanguard 5 points up on that jam. 3 for the dogs. Score right now 62-35 for Victorian.
Checking out my boat track. Thanks, sir.
Thanks to DJ Agent Meow for bringing the party. Jamming now for Victorian, we've got Lucky Phil.
Lucky Phil going to be the first one out because he was started on a power start. He has lead for Victorian. Meanwhile, at the back, Sparky Levine out of the penalty box will be on the track, and he's fighting through. Hands off the start of Dodger balls, who we've seen jamming before. Dodger going up against number 75. Just incredible unable to stop him, and Dodger out of the back with the star on for the dogs. As Phil sees him coming and calls off the jam.
It's going to be 3 points for Victorian. Score now with about 11 minutes left in the half is 65 for them, 35 for the Reservoir Dogs. Jamming now for Victorian roller derby, that's going to be Mosh Pit no Jutsu. And jamming for Chinook City is going to be Rice Ball.
Both teams backing up to the jam line, waiting for that whistle at the 5-second warning. Rice Ball's going to get to the front first, but no Jutsu is going to stay there glued against Def Null, trying to squeak through, sees that inside line, but gets bopped out, but not out. He managed to step over that jam line to crush in the inside line and get through from the jam. He jumps the apex, gets through. His rice ball had the turbo boost on, but was unable to get to the back of the pack and pick up any points before it was spent. 4 more points, Victorian.
Now jamming.
I see a timeout. Timeout being called by Victorian, and that'll give us a chance to read some sponsors.
This is a WFTDA recognized tournament. The WFTDA recognized tournaments program recognizes and supports high-quality WFTDA member-hosted tournaments worldwide. It allows for various tournament structures and establishes a consistent standard for tournament officiating and games management. If you'd like to see the complete schedule of this year's WFTDA recognized tournaments, you can go to WFTDA.com/events.
You should get into advertising.
I'm a marketing writer for a living.
There you go. Okay, we'd like to thank also Rydell Skates. Big O is brought to you in part by Rydell and all new Solaris. The performance you demand, the comfort you've been missing.
That appears to be the end of the timeout. The jam timer has returned to the middle of the track, which is the indication that the skaters should also return to the track if they want to play roller derby.
And that's exactly what they've lined up to do. Faster Chief and Fluster Clock out there with the stars on. Fluster getting knocked out, but not on back. He will retake his position.
The jammer's going to go to Master Chief from Victoria.
Chief in up against Taz. Taz is knocking him out, but not all the way. We'll cut this out, people. We're getting more echo than we did before.
That's going to bring the score to 70 for Victoria, 35 for the Reservoir Dogs, 9:32 left so far in this half. In the first half of the first game of the second day of the Big O. Now jamming for Chinook City, that is Sparky the Bean. And jamming for Victorian, we have Lucky Phil. Multiplayer block call number 39 from Victorian, that's going to be JS. Lead jammer goes to Lucky Phil from Victorian. So Victorian does lose another blocker to the penalty box. I didn't see the call. There's been a star pass, the new jammer of record for Chinook City is going to be Morrison. That's going to be 3 points for Victorian and Lucky Phil. Chinook City is number 403, Rice Ball. Now jamming for Victorian roller derby is number 1212, Mosh Pit No Jutsu. The jammer is going to go to Rice Ball from Chinook City. I guess I'm calling this game out.
Okay, yeah. So I've lost my house mic, but that's fine. I'll work on the webcast for everybody. For whatever reason, I'm getting feedback out of nowhere on both microphones on my feet. So
23 points for Chinook City. Score now 38 for them, 73 for Victorian, 7 minutes left on the half.
So I'll let you call for it. Okay, into the...
message. Wilcox, I'm see.
Now jamming for Victorian Roller Derby, we have number 117, Faster Chief. Now jamming for Chinook City is number 338, Fluster Cluck. Fluster Cluck finds a hole on the inside, lead jammer Chinook City. He's heading to the penalty box. Fluster Cluck calls off that jam after picking up 4 points. Score now 42 for Chinook City, 73 for Victorian. 29-point game.
Oh, I don't math. Don't look at me. I'm an Army guy. I can't even. I gotta take off my shoes. Hold on. Okay, so they're discussing penalties. Are they going to pull Drillmore? Because they gave him a low block, but there was no impact. So I was wondering about that. I saw the penalty being issued and was like, but nothing happened. And that's it. They pulled Drillmore out of the box for his low block penalty that was issued to him, and he's going to sit back down on the bench. He's going to give the 4 blocker line for the Dogs. And meanwhile, Victorian has 1 in the box, so that'll put 3 of them out there blocking Sparky Labine, who's going up against Candy Pants. I haven't seen Candy Pants out on the track yet. And official timeout being called by Jam Timer, Jam Ref, and we're back. A little bit of confusion out there.
Now jamming for Chinook City is number 42, Sparky Labine. Now jamming for Victorian Roller Derby is number 05, Lucky Phil.
I'm confused. That's 05 on his back, and that's not Lucky Phil. It says Candy Pants. Have we been missing that the whole time? Did he change shirts? I'm feeling like he changed shirts.
Goes to Sparky Labine.
He did. I saw him take his shirt off.
Yeah, so he changed shirts and glasses. He's gone to his daylight glasses or his nighttime glasses. I don't know. That was I don't know if that's an on-purpose move. That's kind of sneaky.
Sparky Labine calls off the jam, picks up 3 points, though gives 1 to Victorian. It's gonna change the score to 45 for Chinook City, 74 for Victorian. Chinook City picking up 2 in the differential on that jam.
Maybe Lucky Phil has a twin brother who's in shape and hiding in the background.
A Bizarro twin brother?
I don't know, but obviously he's Candy Pants, number 05.
Oh.
And nobody noticed. Sneaky move by Victorian.
Now jamming for Chinook City is number 403, Rice Ball. Now jamming for Victorian is number 1212, Mosh Pit No Jutsu.
Twins are sneaky. You can't trust twins.
Lead jammer goes to number 403, that's Rice Ball, and Chinook City's gonna be 3 in a row for them.
Oof. Oof.
2 points for Rice Ball, calls it just in the nick of time. Gonna hold Victorian to 0. 47 now for Chinook City, 74 for Victorian.
Okay, I'm gonna try plugging in again. Let's see what happens.
This could get loud.
Okay.
Welcome back.
I don't know. I don't trust this mic though. We'll see what happens.
It's good to have you back on.
Thanks so
building
much.
with me.
Thanks so much. It was all you. It was fine. It was fine. Fluster Cluck out on the line against. Do we know who? I'd say Lucky Phil, but it could be Candy Pants. Out on the track.
Why not?
That is them doing it, and Fluster is out of the pack first. That's all that matters. He will have lead for the Dogs. Meanwhile, Lucky Phil / Candy Pants 05 is out of the pack, chasing him down. offense happening out here by the Dogs. Fluster getting knocked to the inside, calling it off, but a steal of 3 points by Lucky Phil.
This has been a pretty big momentum change in the second half of this first game on this third track on the second day of the Big O.
Is it the second day? Because I don't.
It's the
I've been
second.
here long enough and driving and stuff. I don't even know what day it is. Second day, it's Saturday though, right?
It's Saturday.
Okay. And on the track, Sparky Levine, Faster Chief, getting ready to go. Penalty box empty. Both of them leaning in. Some strong walls up at the front. I see Morrison. I see Dodger balls and Dev taking care of Faster Chief at the front, and at the back, Sparky Levine is just falling all over the Victorian skaters that are falling down, and that allows him to get through and pick up lead for the Dogs.
After really struggling in the first half of this game, the Dogs have had 4 now lead jams in a row.
And Faster Chief moving to a defensive position, takes out Sparky Levine, but gets knocked out on his own, removes his cover, hoping for that cover ability to get through the track. Sparky gets taken to the outside. Skater goes down, but one of the other skaters goes back and picks him up on a cut. 75 doing great work there. That's just incredible, getting Sparky in on a penalty for cutting the track.
This is going to be a full minute penalty for Chinook City.
A full minute?
Yeah, because it seemed that Sparky Levine cut through the infield in order to get to the penalty box instead of skating around the outside of the track, so going to get an
that will do
insubordination
it
for that.
you. Yeah, no shortcuts allowed in Derby.
Everything in your being tells you to go that way because it's just the better way to go, but it's not right. And it's going to be a low block.
Okay, I was going to say, JS just jumped the apex. One of the guys went down, but he jumped 3 of them and cut the track, so he ended up with a cutting the track penalty. Sparky Levine going to come back out.
I think that might have been 2.
Just a single penalty for JS. Sparky Levine back out on the track is going to fight against the Victorian blockers. He's going to get a little help from Dodger balls. And who am I seeing out there? Number 256, Morrison. Sparky's got 3 skaters to deal with, and there goes the whistle. 4 points to 1 on that. And did Sparky pick up anything? Yes, he did. He got 5 points on the board on that pass. We have an official review being requested by the Glenmore Reservoir Dogs team. I'm going to head down and see what it is.
God, I wish I had ring start. I thought I'd never say that out loud.
There's 36 seconds left in this period, so not a terrible time to take an official review. We'd like to congratulate our super volunteers who've earned a super volunteer t-shirt. You earn a super volunteer t-shirt through volunteering 3 shifts in a day or 15 hours throughout the entire tournament. So far, our super volunteers are Lady Crow, Medical Meltdown, who's gotten 2 shirts already, so you can wear. One is a cape, Medical Meltdown, because you're a super volunteer. And Sway. And we will probably have more super volunteers by the end of today, so keep your ears out and keep your eyes out for those super volunteers and thank them for everything that they do to keep this tournament running and keeping everybody safe and well fed and well cared for and clean and all of the wonderful things that volunteers do for us.
Check.
They have a mic in there? And it looks like the head ref for this has checked the mic on the inside, so hopefully you can pick it up on the feed, and if not, we'll let you know what happens.
Okay, so the official review being requested was for the skating out of bounds penalty that was given to the jammer who was sitting in the box, and the request was that the penalty come back be removed because of the fact that the skater was in momentum when he stepped out of bounds, but then the review by the officials was the fact that he had stepped out of bounds to avoid a hit, therefore skating out of bounds penalty stands, the challenge is lost.
Lead jammer is going to go to the jammer from Victorian, and that is Moshpit no Jutsu.
Okay, and the Jutsu out to the front, gets stopped down, slowed up a little bit by Razor, but not enough, and gets out of the pack, puts 5 points up. Meanwhile, Sparky is in and up against that Victorian team. Hands the star off to number 1349, Razor. Razor gets put down hard by Twinkle Toes. She gets knocked out. She will be. She does manage to pick up a cut though, as Twinkle Toes heads to the box, but it must have been another player that pulled back and caused her to get a cutting the track penalty as she puts her cover back on and heads to the track. She gets a cut. Moshpit no Jutsu calming down his breathing, getting ready to come back in on this power jam pass. Sparky and Taz out there. Gonna try to slow him down. Sparky taking a swing at him. Unable to stop and gets through 5 more points for Victorian. Lulu with a destruction of the pack heads to the penalty box. Bam! The Jutsu runs up against Dev No. A solid Dev No. And he's on the ground and looking for a penalty as he gets up, shakes that off, and heads back to the bench.
That was 20 points for Victorian at the end of that jam. Score going into halftime is going to be 107 for Victorian, 56 for Chinook City, and it looks like we're going to have an official review at the end of the half.
I'll be right back. Let me grab the wireless. Official review on the track.
This will use the review from the first period, not the second, so we'll take a minute and figure out what's going on.
As you would expect, the official review is, of course, on the hit that happened here.
So the official review is on the hit that happened in turn 3.
Victorian are suggesting and saying that the Dev No stepped back into the hit, therefore aggression gameplay call should be called.
They're looking for a direction of play call because they believe that Devnell stepped back into the hit. So we're going to take a minute for the officials to discuss it, come up with a decision, and we'll let you know what happens.
Okay, the no call will stand. Skates on the hit moved forward or at least separated a bit, which might have caused that look of a skate moving backwards, but that is not the case, and they lose their challenge on that. And with that, halftime. See you guys in 9 minutes and 20 seconds. Sitting at 56, out on the track, the Jutsu is lined up against a rice ball for the start of the second half.
Rice Ball able to hold in there, picks up lead jammer. First lead of the half goes to Chinook City.
line. Lucky Phil is back, thank goodness. And he is up against Fluster Clark, number 338. Lucky Phil is back, and so are his glasses. Had a chat with him over the half there. It's just something he does. I didn't get into details on it, but he is out there with his glasses, pushing at the back against the triple threat of the Glenmore Reservoir Dogs. Meanwhile, at the front, Fluster is staying alive and gets out and gets lead and has a little chat with his jam ref about some forearms coming out with the Victorian blockers. Meanwhile, Lucky Phil having a chance to catch up to him. On the track, the pack is just roaring through here. A little Indianapolis 500 happening as Fluster gets a little help from Morrison. Morrison now getting absorbed into the pack, getting ready for Lucky Phil. Lucky Phil manages to keep his speed up and get right past Morrison, stealing at least 2-3 in the end. 4 up on the board for the Dogs.
It's gonna make the score now 63 for Chinook City, 111 for Vancouver.
No.
Oh, Victorian.
No, Vancouver's standing over there watching the game.
I know.
Victorian. That's because I messed you up by telling you that one of the Vancouver players is now on the Victorian team.
You did.
Yeah,
You totally
number 4
messed me up.
Goalman. He's changing his colors up. He's not playing with Vancouver this year. He is with Victorian, which is great to see that they got a team. And Show Me Your Hits looks like this is his first time out with a star for the in the game. And out front, though, Faster Chief is going to make his way out of the pack first and threw it around as Show Me finally gets out. Faster Chief fighting against Taz and Razor calls off the jam. He's not going to let Show Me get any points on that pass.
It's gonna be 3 points for Victorian on that jam. Score now 114 for them. 63 for Chinook City. And now jamming for Victorian Men's Roller Derby is Mosh Pit No Jutsu. And jamming for Chinook City is going to be Rice Ball.
Mosh Pit Ninjutsu going to that inside line once again, and it's a successful route for him. No, he picks up a forearm as he goes through. He uses his arm to swing by, and that causes him to receive a forearm penalty. Rice Ball's going to take this power jam. He does a hand signal to Morrison. Morrison now is going to collect the troops and help Rice Ball get through. Rice splitting the pack, going up against number 75, Justin Credible. Justin Credible facing, slowing him down a little bit, but not enough. Morrison now with Justin Credible. Tries to pop him out. Credible doing a great job of staying in bounds and trying, but missing. Rice Ball picking up 5 points on this power jam.
That 5 points took a full 30 seconds. Both jammers are back in the action now.
Ninjutsu looking to do some defensive move against Rice Ball. Umpire strikes back, puts up a cutting the track penalty. That's going to put Ninjutsu right back to the penalty box. This is exactly what the Dogs need right now. And Rice Ball sneaks in, tries to split the defense, gets knocked out by number 57, Pretty Skate Machine, and gets reabsorbed into the pack. Skaters going down all over the place, but that allows Rice Ball to pop out and call the jam, locking down Ninjutsu in the penalty box as Fluster Clark skates out, is ready to go for the next jam.
It's going to be a 10 unanswered points for Chinook City in that jam. Score now 73 for them, 114 still for Victorian, and Chinook City gets a power start, as we call it.
If I saw this positioning earlier, I'm expecting Victorian to call a timeout, and that's exactly what happened. Timeout being called by Victorian. Obviously, the momentum of the Glenmore Reservoir Dogs here, causing them a little bit of worry. So they're going to calm down, take things, get a breather, take a timeout. Meanwhile, I'm going to do some sponsor reads because we have them right here in front of us. Especially finding them. Sorry about that noise. Taco Vore, local Taco Vore. Need tacos and margaritas with a kick butt tequila menu? Taco Vore is your place in Eugene to let your hair down and enjoy the town. I went there last night after everything, right before it closed. Of course, Cinco de Mayo, it was packed. The tacos were really good. Did you say tacos or tacos?
I say taco.
Yeah, I think it's tacos. I think if you say tacos,
I said
you'll
yes,
get
it is
messages
taco.
on your Facebook because you're saying tacos instead of tacos.
It's taco.
Either way, they were good.
It doesn't matter what you call them; they're always
Yeah.
tasty.
I think tacos are the best thing.
But
Taco
are
Tuesday.
they a sandwich?
Oh, that's a good question. Internet, answer that question for us. Are tacos a sandwich, or what's the other option?
Not a sandwich.
Or not a sandwich? Okay. We'll see. I don't know.
It's a philosophical
nobody's really
debate.
thinking about tacos. They're thinking about points, and Flustercluck is out on the line, ready to put some up on the board for the Glenmore Reservoir Dogs. Meanwhile, Nojutsu, Moshpit Nojutsu, sitting in the box for that penalty earlier. And the Dogs taking a chance by running back. They slightly destroy the pack and will acknowledge a penalty, but to get the jammer out, it works perfect. Take one and let that jammer out, and that's exactly what happened. And jammer is out. Flustercluck knocked out to the outside, but he is now on a scoring pass. Nojutsu staying in bounds as he goes around the outside, and he is on his initial pass and through. Fluster putting up his first 5 points of this jam. Graffiti Petey taking out one of the opposing blockers, JS, but allowing Nojutsu to get through. He will put 4 points up. Fluster back into the pack, getting some help, getting some offense, getting his hips past the skaters. Will put 4 points up and put 0 for Nojutsu.
It's going to give a 5-point differential for Chinook City in that jam. Score now 82 for them, 118 for Victorian. Victorian's timeout brings them to 1 timeout and 1 official review, so they can stop the clock twice this half, whereas Chinook City's got 3 timeouts and an official review, so they have four abilities to stop the clock.
Yes. And meanwhile, as you can see, the penalty that was issued to Razor in that last one, her and Boswell were out there, Boswell the coach, chatting with the ref about the fact that that penalty was issued. So we'll see how that plays the next time they play it, if they do it. And look at that, Lucky Phil is not lucky, and he is sitting in the penalty box, and that will put, who is that out there with the star? That's Show Me Your Hit, that is fighting at the front with the star on for the Glenmore Reservoir Dogs. Get past the signal.
Good.
So yeah, we had some weird sound problems. This thing was shooting back hard, and then I swapped it to this.
Show Me Your Hit's getting called on. It appeared to be an out-of-play block headed to the penalty box. It's going to release the Victorian jammer. I thought it was this.
And Lucky Phil out there by himself as Show Me sits in the penalty box. Lucky not having much luck yet. Now Morrison, Piper, and Dodger are going to lock him down. And bridging slightly effective. Got a little less time for him to come around and score points. And Show Me Your Hits gets clipped and sent to the inside as Phil comes back in around. Dev Null teaming up with his team. Morrison popping him to the inside and taking him back. They both go in at the same time. No cut being called. Morrison and Lucky Phil dancing at the back. Now Dodger Ball's helping out with that. A multiplayer block game being given to Dodger Balls as that gives Phil a little bit of momentum to get in. He remains in bounds and gets through. No cut being issued to him. Direction of gameplay being issued to Lulu as Phil makes his way around the pack. Shelby now removing the cover and unable to get through the pack. Goes to the outside. Jam comes to its natural 2-minute end.
Score now is a 124 for Victorian, 86 for Chinook City.
Left in this game, lots of time to come back. That's exactly what the Dogs are going to try to do. A little fist bump at the beginning here. Rice Ball Faster Chief. 3-on-3 blocking lines. 2 blockers are in the penalty box, 1 from each team, and Faster Chief leans right in. Rice Ball right there to help out his team, and then he releases them, goes to the front, and takes on the Victorian blocking line. I see Princess Twinkle Toes up there. his line. Everybody doing these incredible triangles that are quite efficient. Dodger balls coming out of the penalty box, put some offense out there for Rice Ball. And that's going to leave Twinkle Toes and Rice Ball up against each other. Rice Ball out of the pack will pick up lead. Meanwhile, at the back, Faster Chief having no luck against Taz and Razor, and he will remove his helmet cover. And a low block being called on 403 as Rice Ball passes by. Faster Chief fell down, and he resulted in Rice Ball picking up a penalty. That's going to put Faster Chief out there on a power jam. Of course, lead was the Dogs, so nobody gets lead, and we've got a full 2-minute jam. Faster Chief through the pack, 5 points up. Oh, Faster Chief down and out with the help of Taz and Razor, and they are going to bridge all the way back and bring this whole pack backwards. The momentum now backwards in this pack. Rice Ball is back on the track. He's going to use that momentum and get through. Pick up those points that he left behind from earlier. 4 going up for him. Faster getting knocked to the inside by Razor as Graffiti Beatty, number 30, heads to the penalty box on a penalty. Rice Ball at the front pushing that 3 ball. He's going to push it to its limits quite soon. Some bridging happening by the MRD. Rice going up against Twinkle and Pretty Skate Machine, and the whistles blow to end that jam. Woo! High fives, low fives, everybody. The end result of that looks like a tie jam. Wait, I saw a 3 up there. Wait for it. And a timeout being called. Official review. I will go find out what that official review is and let you top up the scores for everybody or sponsors and things.
That looks like it was an 8-8 jam, which doesn't make any change to the differential, but it does change the numbers on the board. 132 for Victorian, 90 for Chinook City. It's a good time to talk about some sponsors. The Big O is brought to you in part by Rydell and the all-new Solaris. Solaris, the performance you demand, the comfort you've been missing. And if you are somewhat local and you want to get better at Derby, don't forget to attend Rose City Rollers Derby Days Boot Camp, August 11th through 13th, hosted by the Wheels of Justice. You don't even need to be local. You can fly here. I flew here. It's delightful.
Okay, the official review being requested by the Glenmore Reservoir Doctors, a cutting the track penalty on the MRDA jammer. From the ref up there, the fact that the skater started back, went forward, and then came back before the jammer came, there is no call on that. The call remains a no call, and Glenmore uses their challenge.
Now jamming for Chinook City, that's number 338, Flustercluck. Now jamming for Victorian Roller Derby, that's number 511, Serial Killer.
I feel like I'm at a train station. No, next train coming in.
No, it's supposed to be like baseball. Now
Okay.
pitching for, yeah.
There you go. I hope that's not, is .338 a good batting average? I'm not a baseball guy.
It's okay. It's not great.
Well, right now it's,
But it's not bad.
Not too shabby. Oh, looks like he's getting recycled. I was going to say a not too shabby jammer average as Fluster finally gets through, gets recycled, but comes back around. Gets knocked out by Just Incredible. But he did pick up lead as he went down there. And Morrison going to the penalty box. Fluster's going to take another go at this. inbounds. Serial killer with the star on for VMRD gets out of the pack, and Fluster's not having that, so he calls it off immediately. Doesn't even let him get around the track.
It's going to be a 0-0 jam. 17 minutes, 30 seconds left in this game so far.
Okay, show me your hits out there, lining up with Mosh Pit and the Jutsu. One in the box for the dogs, that looks like Morrison. The Jutsu is going to go up with a little bit of offense against Taz, Razor, and Sparky. Sparky trying to help them out. Results in the Jutsu getting through with a no pass, no penalty, so he will not have the lead. Meanwhile, Shomi is back at the back of the track trying to get in and through. Nojutsu jumping to the inside. Morrison picking up a low block as he connected with Nojutsu doing the apex jump. Nojutsu through the back will put 5 points up. Shomi having a rough time against Lulu, Mavericky, and it looks like Princess Twinkletoes and Nojutsu, another apex jump, little hop over Sparky, and through for another 5 points. Or did I see 4 points? Either way. Another pass by Nojutsu, that will be a 5-point pass as well. Back in the track, the dogs are back together. Nojutsu knocked to the outside by Razor. Razor being allowed to go all the way back, bypassing. And Morrison grabbing the star from Show Me Your Hits as he passes it to him. And he is out of the pack finally for the Glenmore Reservoir Dogs. And now your active jammer for them, Nojutsu. Another 5 in the sky. I don't think he's feeling too worried about the point situation right now. Feeling quite comfortable at the front. Morrison coming in for a pass. Morrison passed at least one set of hips. He's coming into the group. He's got at least a couple more there, and he is out of the pack finally. Meanwhile, Nojutsu just right hot on his tail. Sparky bumping into him and taking him down. And he only sees 1 point.
It's 21 points total for Victorian in that jam.
4 going up for the dogs. Even with that star pass, that's pretty good. Rice ball out on the line, getting ready to go up against. He's done it again. Candy Pants slash Lucky Phil. Lucky Phil, why are you messing with us like this? You know how hard this is for an announcer already? And then you start changing up your shirt and your name and your sunglasses. He says, I don't care, I'm at the front and I'm gonna get lead. There we go, lead is given to him. He gets a no pass, no penalty, but still gets lead as that happens. And Rice Ball out of the pack, finally. Viper's gonna go to the penalty box. And Phil gets the signal from his bench to call off the jam. That will lock Rice Ball down to 0 points.
We're halfway through the second half. Score is 94 for Chinook City, 157 for Victorian.
2 good jams, and this could be a tighter score. And that's exactly, I imagine, what the dogs really want. Fluster Clug's out there, Faster Chief as well. Fluster leans in with Faster Chief, tries to follow him through, but the Victorian team is not going to let that happen. Faster Chief now going up against Dev Null, Dougie Drillmore, and Taz. No cut being called on that, and lead goes to Flustercluck. In the meantime, he looks back, sees Faster Chief, and gets that kind of a, oh, crap, look on his eyes. Calls off the jam before we start playing this game. And with the star on for the first time that I recall this morning, we have a Razor 1349 out there for the Glenmore Reservoir Dogs, and looks like a serial killer out there as well. That is at least their second time. The VMRD coming back onto Razor. Not going to give her much room to work with. And that's Pretty Skate Machine knocking her out and recycling her. Meanwhile, at the front, Serial Killer up against that Glenmore wall of 3. Now 2. Back to 3. Pushing hard. Not getting enough momentum to get through. No pack being called. And he is allowed to release. And Serial Killer picking up lead for VMRD. Heading to the penalty box there, and the jam called. 3 points going up, 2 points correction going up on the board for Victorian Vanguard.
Now jamming for Victorian, that's going to be a Mosh Pit no Jutsu. And jamming for Chinook City, that is number 403, Rice Ball.
This just in, on a small note handed to me. Shout out, it's only $1. Visit the ECRD merchant raffle table between tracks 2 and 3 for more details. So if you want to shout out to your, great Aunt Susie because it's her birthday, $1 at the table will allow you to do that, and then we'll hand it to one of these incredible announcers that we have here this weekend, and they will shout out to your great Aunt Susie. Because you know she's watching. Meanwhile, on the track, No Jutsu picking up a no pass, no penalty. Will get out of the back first, but will not get lead. And Rice Ball immediately catches that he has lead and calls off the jam before No Jutsu can do any damage at the front.
It's a risk you take when you decide to take the no pass, no penalty. You don't go back and pass. You don't get lead, which means the other jammer can get control of the jam. But
that's one of
if
those
they're
things
held,
where you're like, man, do I want to go through all that again? Which is the guy that I didn't pass? Unless you know who it is.
it's a pretty low risk gamble when you're up in the score.
Yes, that is a thing to do. But at the same time, you know, what if the dogs get out? But again, like you said, the score. Yeah, but a lot of people don't tend to go back and get that point ever. Meanwhile, on the track, Fluster not messing around this time. He is through on the inside and will have lead with no question of no pass, no penalty. And he is out and looking for blood, looking to get some points. He's only got 2 blockers to deal with. He leads right in, just incredible, not able to stop him. Meanwhile, Lucky Phil, though, his Pretty Skate Machine did a great bait, pulled the blockers out of the way, and that left Phil a big opening on the inside to get through. He'll put 4 points up as well. Fluster looking to the outside, gets knocked down, just incredible. No, that is Fluster that picked up a penalty for a forearm, and that will give Lucky Phil / Candy Pants the power jam situation for VMRD.
And this will be a 2-minute jam.
Fact. And doing a good job there. Lucky Phil taking his time, letting the time click out, walks across the inside once again. The dog blocking line is now going to reorganize, get together as a 4-wall, and get ready for Lucky Phil once again coming in for another scoring pass. Lucky Phil taking his time, being right gentle. Just incredible now picking up a penalty for a clockwise block as Phil moves into a defensive position with the Fluster Cluck back out on the track. Fluster scooches through on the outside and gets 4 points put up on his positive score on this jam. He's going to need a little bit more to catch up to those points of Phil. There he goes. He goes back to the outside, peels around JF. And that hugging move that happens when you're getting engaged results in another forearm penalty by 338. And he will head to the penalty box. Lucky Phil lets the time run out and comes through. 1 point on the board for Fluster Cluck on that jam. 14-9 jam for Victorian / Dogs. Oh, he's getting spoken to. Yeah, he's telling him.
asked him a question.
Yeah, he's telling him about what it is. Looks like a timeout for the Glenmore Reservoir Dogs, as Fluster Cluck is asking for clarification on the penalty and getting it from Danger Muffin, and it is the hugging action that is causing a forearm because it's allowing him to gain, I think, relative position on the other skater.
Nothing more to say about that. You're initiating with your arm, you're using your arm to gain
That's what it
position.
is.
That's it is. Yep.
So, travel Lane County, need a map of the area or suggestions for where to eat or get a brew? Visit Travel Lane County's booth between track 2 and 3 for more information.
Did you know there are 33 teams here? Along with 20 vendors, 26 announcers, 130 officials, and 53 games.
31 of those games are WFTDA games, 13 MRDA games, and 6 junior games. Also, we have 3 exhibition games. The little junior is going to be out tomorrow night. It's going to be so cute and cuddly. We had it last year. It was adorable.
And don't forget, there are 50 people on the planning committee for this event, because that's a lot of games and people to wrangle, and over 300 volunteers.
Let's give it up for the volunteers. I know we don't have a big crowd here right now, but thank you, volunteers. Good stuff. Okay, 2 of you clap for them. The rest of you, they got your names. Don't you worry.
So we'll make the volunteers volunteer to clap for themselves. Yeah, see?
Yeah, there you go. Now they're clapping. You get paid for that. Master Chief at the front, pushing through, not able to get past the line of, I want to say there's Dougie Drillmore, that looks like Razor and Dodger balls that are holding them back. Meanwhile, Morrison out at the back fighting through the VMRD wall. That's going to result in pretty little skates, or pretty skate machine rather, result in a penalty for them as Flustercluck returns to track. Fluster engaging the back wall and pushing hard. He's going to push his way through it. Meanwhile, Morrison trying to help him out with a little offense. Fluster dancing against Pretty Little Princess. Or, geez, I'm mixing up Twinkle Toes and Pretty Skate Machine. That's Princess Twinkle Toes holding back Fluster. Fluster looking for some help from Morrison. Morrison doing it. Coming in as if he was going to do some offense, but it resulted in a star pass, and VMRD got caught by surprise on that one for sure.
That was a smooth and quickly executed star pass.
That was cute.
It was a clinic in how to execute a star
I'm coming
pass.
to help you. Bam, look, I have the stars. Okay, bye.
One motion, pull off and pass.
I would say they practice that.
I would hope they practice that.
I'm not positive on that. But to the track, we've got Rice Ball number 403 lining up against Serial Killer 511. Both teams with 4 blockers on the track. It looks like Just Incredible is going to be in the fray with the dogs at the front trying to keep them apart. That doesn't help his team though, and 403 Rice Ball gets out of the pack and will have lead for the dogs. Serial Killer now getting through the dogs wall, but Rice Ball able to get through the whole pack without much issue, and both jammers are out and racing. Let's see what happens here. We've got 2 lines of walls. Serial Killer getting caught on the cut by Piper, number 73. Puts all his speed into it, and that's going to put Rice Ball out on a power jam. Rice Ball through the pack, puts 5 points up for the dogs, exactly what they need right now. Dogs doing some offense for Rice Ball. He steps through, avoids a hit by Coupe Deluxe, and puts another 5 on the board for the dogs. More offense once again, gets the pack moving, which is of course exactly what a jammer loves because they can scooch left and right and through the pack. Meanwhile, Serial Killer back on the track around the back as Rice Ball fights the last 2 skaters of VMRD, which has now become 4 as they have got back together, and he will put 3 points up on the board, 2 points being taken by Serial Killer.
That was a 22-point jam by Rice Ball. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that might be the largest jam by Chinook City
Yes, not
so
having
far
stats
this
here
game.
helps us guess the numbers much easier. But yeah, I'm sure someone at home can answer that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure 22 is the highest jam so far for the dogs. That's going to put them at numbers difference between the other teams.
125 for them, 181 for Victorian.
Because math.
5 minutes and 15 seconds left in the half, and we've got a team timeout.
By Victorian.
No, by the dogs.
Oh, by the dogs? I missed that. Sorry, my mistake.
They have 2 timeouts, this one and 1 more, and their official review left. And remember, Victorians got 1 timeout and 1 review.
No, but Dogs lost their review on
you're
the
right.
challenge for the
Yes.
kid over there. So Dogs have no official review left, but they do have 2 timeouts. And Victorian has 1 timeout and 1 official review left, which I'm sure you folks at home can see on the overlay better than we can, because we don't have an overlay on the real live
No.
view. But we do have better than HD.
I don't turn my neck real great.
Yeah, we have HD visual here versus whatever you guys are 720p at home or whatever it is.
I believe this is 4D visual. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, this is just totally. We've got smell-o-vision here as well, sitting beside the bench. You can just imagine what that's like. To the
Jim.
track. To the track. Mosh Pit Ninjutsu out there for VMRD and Fluster Club back in for the Dogs. Fluster at the back trying to split that 4-wall. VMRD blockers. The Jutsu gets out, but Morrison clips him and is going to earn a low block penalty. Meanwhile, Fluster going to hunt down Ninjutsu. Ninjutsu gets clipped on the way out by Dougie Gilmore. Calls off the jam, only picks up 2 points.
We get about 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game. Teams reset, jamming now for Victorian. That's Lucky
He changed his
Phil.
name again. I swear he changed that shirt.
It's just his shirt. It's not his name. It's gonna be
his name.
okay.
It says Candyman.
No, the roster is our legal documentation.
Legal.
Legal.
Notarized.
Notarized.
Notarized rosters. Ed Rice Ball is out there for the Glenmore Reservoir Dogs up against Lock and Phil. Or Lucky Phil. Gosh. See what happens when you change his name?
Lucky Phil's lead jammer.
Gets lead. It's okay. This is what I get paid for. I get paid the big bucks for messing up people's names. And Phil peels around the outside, dodges a hit by Show Me Your Hits and gets out of the pack for another 5 points up on the board for VMRD. Rice ball through, pushing it up against Just Incredible. Just Incredible unable to stop him. Phil out and 4 more points on the board, VMRD. Rice ball trying to steal that 1 point, unable to as Just Incredible flips him and sends him to the outside.
These teams are really having a good time playing each other.
You know what?
At the end of every
it's fun.
jam,
Yeah,
there's
high
hand slaps and high fives and fist bumps.
It's fun. I mean, VMRD is new to the MRDA scene, and it's always fun to play against somebody you've never played before. So yeah, of course, And in the end, we all get paid the same whether we win or lose.
Get paid or pay it?
Yeah, $0. $0 whether you win or lose. It's pretty awesome. I don't think they pay winners of this tournament. So yeah. And there you go at the front. Faster Chief is going to be out of the pack first for VMRD with Lee. Deb Null heading to the penalty box for the Dogs. Faster Chief into the pack, hits it and calls it off as the refs bump into each other. That's a low block. I saw that. And timeout being called by the Dogs. That's going to do their last time out.
This is going to be the last time out. Yeah, you just said that. I'm just
I think I
repeating
just
what you
that.
said.
That's all good. It's all good. This time out brought to you by Rolls the Wheel. Let's see. Roll City Rollers Derby Days. Want to get better at Derby? Attend Derby Days Boot Camp, August 11th to 13th, hosted by the Wheels of Justice. You got more stats, don't you?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Did you know that Victorian traveled about 8,000 miles to get here?
Did you know I took a wrong turn and I drove about 7,000 miles to get here, even though I didn't have to?
I don't think that's
Okay, I'm
possible
lying. You got
in
me.
North America.
You got me.
I mean, unless you're just driving circles around the entirety of the United
You
States.
don't know how bad a driver I am, okay?
8,000 miles, quite a bit. I'm a little jet lagged and I only came 1,500 miles, so I can't imagine what 8,000
2
miles of
hours.
jet lag feels like.
2 hours of Sonia Blade telling me to look at the map and me ignoring her. You know how hard it is to ignore your girlfriend while she tells you to look at the map because you're lost?
No, I'm usually the one telling someone to look at the damn map.
There you go. And I'd ignore you. I'm like, no, it's just the next left.
So doesn't your GPS just tell you what to do?
GPS. That's That's that new technology. The government listens into you on those things. I don't trust them.
You have a smartwatch on.
Okay, back to the track. Rice ball on the track. Serial killer 511 at the front, pushing up against the dogs. Heavy hits up there. Just incredible. Trying to help his jammer through, not having any luck. He's getting low though. Serial killer steps a little bit out of bounds. He's going to recycle as Taz takes him all the way back. Meanwhile, Rice ball up against that four wall of VMRD blockers. Gets a little help from his friend Dev Null. And just incredible. Don't know how he did it. He and Twinkle Toes at the front, immediately ready to reabsorb the jammer. Just incredible getting a stop block. Twinkle Toes up there with his partner. Pretty skate machine, and Rice bumps into them. Twinkle Toes now and Rice ball dancing. Twinkle Toes skates off the track. Rice gets that opportunity to get out. Wow. Finally gets lead. 1 minute and 6 seconds till lead was established on that play.
That's a gauntlet, as they say.
Wow. And now he's back in again against Twinkle Toes and skate machine. Being embraced by number 39, JS. Getting broken apart by Razor unsuccessfully. Rice ball now only with 2 blockers to deal with. He's going to push it to the limit. Goes around Twinkle Toes and gets out 5 points on the board. Serial killer gets hit but not out. He's able to get through. It's just incredible. Turns on the juice, knocking Dev Null out, and he's back on the track. And now they start racing the pack.
Both these teams have some incredible speed. This is not going to be an easy trip for either jammer.
Just incredible now again tangling with Rice ball. And let you see the speed of Taz coming over to reabsorb Serial Killer.
That's 7 points that Chinook City was able to chip off that score in that jam. 194 to 132. We're going to...
Somehow Taz over on the bench. Wow, where'd the game go?
It ticked away.
What happened to the clock? That's the unofficial score right now. 194, Victorian Vanguard. 132, Glenmore Reservoir Dogs. We're gonna wait for that score to become final. The refs are chatting and giving the hand sign for a call it. Put it to official.
That's Matt Match.
Wow. Here we go. And VMRD takes the win on the Glenmore Reservoir Dogs. Come on down trackside, get your high fives ready. I'm going to head down to the teams and get some MVP names for this. I was G.I. Jones, thank you so much.
I'm October Revolution. It's been a lovely morning. All right. Let's hear it for the winner of that game, Victorian Men's Roller Derby. 8,000 miles. It's quite a ways. And put them together for Chinook City Reservoir Dogs. Thank you everybody for starting this day with us on this track. Next on this track at 12 o'clock is going to be Crime City and Terminal City. See you then.